The silence was broken by faint footsteps on the stairs above. Slow, deliberate, coming closer. The traveler called out, but no answer came. Instead, a shadow slid along the wall, stretching unnaturally long, reaching toward him. The door slammed shut behind him. He rushed to open it, but the handle burned cold in his hand. Then a voice whispered from the darkness, "You shouldn't have come here." The last thing the villagers heard that night was the traveler's scream, carried out into the storm. By morning, the inn stood silent once more, its rocking chair gently swaying, as if someone had just taken their seat again. In a quiet countryside village, there stood an abandoned inn, its windows shattered and its roof half collapsed. For years, no one dared to enter, for the locals whispered about the strange figure seen walking past its doors at midnight. One stormy evening, a traveler lost his way and stumbled upon the inn. Desperate for shelter, he stepped inside. The wooden floor groaned under his weight, and a cold draft brushed against his neck as if unseen eyes were watching him. In the corner, a dusty chair rocked back and forth, though no one sat in it. The traveler froze, his breath caught in his chest, as the creaking sound grew louder. He whispered to himself, trying to believe it was the wind, until the chair stopped suddenly, as though someone had risen from it. The silence was broken by faint footsteps on the stairs above. Slow, deliberate, coming closer. The traveler called out, but no answer came. Instead, a shadow slid along the wall, stretching unnaturally long, reaching toward him. The door slammed shut behind him. He rushed to open it, but the handle burned cold in his hand. Then a voice whispered from the darkness, "You shouldn't have come here." The last thing the villagers heard that night was the traveler's scream, carried out into the storm. By morning, the inn stood silent once more, its rocking chair gently swaying, as if someone had just taken their seat again. Your body boils without heat. Your eyes freeze while your skin burns. On another world, you wouldn't even leave behind a corpse. Just atoms. So what would really happen if you died on every planet in our solar system? In this video, we're diving into one of the darkest but most fascinating questions in science. What happens to the human body on each planet, from the inferno of Venus, to the frozen wastelands of Pluto, to the crushing storms of Jupiter? By the end, you'll know exactly how each world would kill you, and what bizarre fate would await your body afterward. Stick around, because some of these will shock you. On Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, daytime temperatures soar to 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. But at night, with no atmosphere to trap heat, it plummets to minus 180 degrees Celsius. If you stepped outside unprotected, you'd lose consciousness in under 15 seconds from the vacuum. On the day side, your body would quickly char, skin blistering and fluids boiling off. On the night side, you'd instantly freeze into a brittle statue of ice and bone. A corpse on Mercury might last for millions of years, baked and frozen in an endless cycle. Venus is where dying becomes pure nightmare fuel. Imagine stepping into an oven at 460 degrees Celsius, while a pressure 92 times that of Earth crushes you flat. Within seconds, your lungs collapse, your blood boils, and your body ignites in a mix of heat and acid. Its atmosphere is packed with carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid clouds. Your flesh would literally dissolve in corrosive rain. Unlike Mercury's frozen mummies, Venus leaves nothing behind but scorched fragments, eaten away by chemistry and time. On Earth, death is something we understand. Our bodies decompose thanks to oxygen, bacteria, insects, and weather. Within weeks, a body returns to the soil, unless preserved by technology, embalming, or extreme environments like deserts or ice. Compared to what awaits us on other planets, Earth's merciful decomposition is natural, almost gentle. The moon is dead and airless. If you died on its surface, your body would instantly swell in the vacuum as fluids vaporize. You wouldn't explode, but your skin would stretch and crack. Within minutes, you'd be unconscious, frozen in position. With no air, no microbes, and no weather, your body wouldn't rot. It would simply dry out and mummify. Astronaut suits left behind may last millions of years. So would you, staring forever at the silent Earth in the sky. On Mars, the killer is thin air. Its atmosphere is less than 1% the thickness of Earth's, and mostly carbon dioxide. You'd suffocate in under a minute, but the cold averaging -60 degrees Celsius would freeze your body soon after. Mars doesn't have enough oxygen or insects to rot you. Instead, you'd dehydrate, turning leathery and preserved like a mummy. Dust storms might bury you, but your body could last for thousands of years, preserved in rusty soil, until explorers one day uncover you. Jupiter looks beautiful from afar, but it's a death trap. There's no solid ground to land on. If you fell into its swirling atmosphere, you'd first encounter hurricane winds stronger than any on Earth. Then, pressure would mount, crushing you as though the ocean were pressing from all sides. Within minutes, your body would be pulverized, your atoms scattered into the dense gases. Lightning storms larger than Earth itself would shred whatever was left. On Jupiter, death leaves no remains, only scattered molecules. Saturn, like Jupiter, is a gas giant. If you tried to land there, you'd plunge endlessly, suffocated by methane-rich air and crushed under colossal pressure. Yet, Saturn is colder, averaging -178 degrees Celsius, so your body would freeze before it was destroyed deeper down. Any trace of you would eventually be dissolved in exotic hydrogen and helium layers. Saturn's beauty is eternal. Human remains here are not. Uranus spins on its side, cloaked in icy gases. Temperatures dip below -220 degrees Celsius. Falling into Uranus, you'd freeze solid before pressure ever crushed you. The planet's atmosphere, full of methane, would tint your frozen remains a ghostly blue. Eventually, pressure deep within would break you apart. Until then, you'd be an eerie ice statue, suspended in eternal night. Neptune is wilder still. It holds the strongest winds in the solar system, over 2,000 kilometers per hour. If you fell in, you'd be shredded by supersonic storms, then frozen by the cold. The crushing pressure deep within would reduce you to nothing. Neptune doesn't preserve you. It tears you apart violently. Though no longer a planet by definition, Pluto is worth visiting. Its surface is frozen nitrogen and methane ice, with temperatures near -230 degrees Celsius. If you died here, you'd freeze instantly, preserved in crystal clarity, like a human popsicle. With no atmosphere and little sunlight, your body could remain unchanged for eons. Pluto is the ultimate freezer cosmic coffin, holding on to you long after memory fades. A. Europa, moon of Jupiter. Europa's surface is pure ice, but the radiation from Jupiter would fry you in hours. You'd die quickly from exposure, but your body would freeze solid into the ice sheet, preserved but slowly eroded by radiation. Titan, moon of Saturn. Titan is unique with rivers and lakes of liquid methane. You'd suffocate in the thick nitrogen atmosphere, then freeze at -179 degrees Celsius. If your body fell into a methane lake, it might sink, preserved for unimaginable time in alien chemistry. So here's the real challenge. Our solar system is utterly hostile to human life. Not one planet beyond Earth offers safety without technology. Our bodies are fragile machines designed for Earth's thin band of warmth and pressure. Step outside that zone, and we either boil, freeze, corrode, or get crushed. Which raises a haunting question. If humanity dreams of colonizing the stars, how do we survive in places that literally erase us from existence? Scientists have spent decades imagining solutions. Space suits simulate Earth's pressure and carry oxygen. Habitats on Mars could recycle air and water, shielding colonists from radiation. On Titan, humans might live inside domes heated against the cold. Yet, even with technology, death in space will always be strange. A decompression accident on Mars, a leak on the Moon, or a fall into a methane lake on Titan. These are not just sci-fi scenarios. They are real challenges for future explorers, and solving them means designing technology not only to live, but to die with dignity beyond Earth. So, what would dying on every planet be like? It's a tour of extremes: heat, cold, pressure, vacuum, radiation. Some planets preserve you for millennia, others erase you instantly. And through this grim journey, one truth stands out. Earth is a miracle of balance. Here, life and death make sense. Everywhere else, death is alien. Click the next video, it'll blow your mind.